So hello students, welcome to the online lecture for design of steel structure. Its code is DTCE 604. In this subject, as we have given the introduction in the previous lecture, today we will learn about the basic properties of steel, what are its components, major and minor, and what are its mechanical properties. So let's start. So as you all know that steel is an alloy which is made up of major and minor component. So as you can see here that the major component which comprises steel is the iron minerals, basically whose values is about 99%. It is ductile or soft element. So the ductility which is provided in the steel is due to the iron mineral. Apart from the major component, there are some minor component like carbon, magnesium, aluminium, silica and P, which is around 1%. So let's talk about the minor component or minor elements which comprises of steel. So first is carbon. Its percentage is very low, medium and high, which provides hardness and strength. So if we want to provide the hardness, we will provide the range from low to high. So you can see here the range of low is 0.23 plus minus 0.20. For medium range it is 0.5 plus minus 0.03, and for high value it is 1.5 plus minus 0.03. So as you know that carbon provides hardness and strength to the steel, but if we increase the value much high, it will become brittle. Second minor component is magnesium. Its value is 0.25 to 0.35 percentage, and it provides resistance against impact. So it provides a toughness property to the steel. Third is aluminium. Its percentage is 0.20 to 0.25%. It provides ability to steel to be workable in hot weather, because as we are placing steel structures in very high temperature and the environmental effect, so it will provide the workability there. Next minor component is sulfur. Its percentage is about 0.055%, and it resists to the corrosion. And last one is phosphorus. Its percentage is again 0.055. It also increases the corrosion. So its value is up and down for corrosion. So if you will increase sulfur in this, corrosion will increase, and if we add phosphorus, the corrosion will decrease. So we have to make the values in the middle between. So there are some different type of steels which are provided for the use. First is cast iron steel. So as you can see there, the steel in which the iron component is much high, it is cast iron steel. It is the impurest form of steel and are economical. So it is not pure form of steel, it is much more iron, so it is economical and it is the impurest form. Second one is the wrought iron steel. So as you know that the wrought iron is the purest form of iron, so it is the purest form of steel which have high tensile strength and are uneconomical, because due to the purest part it becomes little costly. Third one is the mild steel, which we also used in RCC. The steel used for engineering purpose is called mild steel. So as you know that Fe 250 grade was used for the mild steel, which we have used in the RCC construction. And fourth one is the alloy steel. So it is the high carbon steel which is used for making equipments. So what are the different properties of steel? So as you know that there are chemical properties, physical properties and mechanical properties. So chemical properties are those: the strength of hardness is given by carbon, the impact resistance is given by magnesia, weather resistance is given by aluminium, corrosion increase is given by sulfur, and corrosion decrease is given by phosphorus. So we have already discussed in the above part that this particular minerals provides chemical properties to the steel. Next one is the physical property. Physical property means which are affected by the external behavior of material. So like physical properties like elasticity, plasticity. So as you know that steel is more elastic and it is not much plastic, ductility is also there, toughness is also there, hardness is also there, malleability, brittleness. If you increase the iron content, it will become brittle, fatigue and creep. So these are the different physical properties which a steel should have. And third one is the mechanical properties. The mechanical properties are the internal behavior of material due to the external load. So mechanical properties are like yield stress Fy, it should range between 220 to 540 megapascal or Newton per mm square. So you have already used Fe 250, Fe 415 and 500 in the RCC structures, but here the range goes up to 540 MPa. Ultimate tensile strength, which is noted by Fu, or it is also known as tenacity, it should be there. Modulus of elasticity of steel E is 2 into 10 to the 5 Newton mm square or megapascal. Shear modulus G, it should be 0.4 E. Poisson ratio mu, it is 0.285. In elastic region it is 0.3. In plastic region it is 0.5. When you will study the stress strain curve, you will know the values of this elastic and plastic region. So it is directly given here. Coefficient of thermal expansion, because steel is exposed to thermal variation also, so its thermal expansion coefficient should be alpha should be equal to 12 into 10 to the minus 6 per degree Celsius, and the density of steel is 7850 kg per meter cube. So these are the basic things which you need to know before starting the steel structure. In next lecture we will study about the stress strain curve for steel and other part of your syllabus. Till then, thank you.